Here, Rafa.
Good evening. Welcome to another session of the Gooner Booth. Happy Wednesday, guys. Close to Christmas. A week away now, or just over a week away. Yeah, hope everyone's in the festive mood. Before we get into it, please like and subscribe. We're getting close to that 300 subscriber number. We're aiming for it before the end of the year, so help us out, guys. It helps us grow the channel. Yeah, get involved in the comments tonight. There's a few topics we're going to discuss. Gents, how we doing? Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening, boys.
What's happening, boys? You all right?
How we feeling?
Yeah. Oh, well, getting knackered. Absolutely knackered. It's a busy period. I'm pretty sure it's for not just us three here. It's for viewers and viewers and everyone else, you know. But yeah, it's a crazy part of the year.
Yeah.
You know, it's quite a surprise at this time of year to have a break midweek. It's quite, you know, we've got time to reflect on the game on Saturday evening, kind of calm ourselves down. But yeah. Other than that, matey, other than waiting for the Arsenal to play again, and season's greetings, it's all good.
Yeah, no, look, I've been seeing a lot of social media. I thought I was having a meltdown. My God, do people go far? People have taken this to a whole nother level. You would have thought we was fighting relegation. Some of the stuff that I've seen. But yeah, I mean, it's been proper meltdown. And let's try and get some clarity on things at the moment. Don't get me wrong, right? It's stressful times. We are in the midst of the season now. Christmas time is where you see where you're at, right? And we're top of the league, right? So let's look at the positive. At the top of the league, the game against Wolves wasn't good, right? We were shit. You know, there's no beating around that. But some of the stuff I've heard, we only scored. They scored our goals for us and all that stuff, right? Now, there's a couple of things to look at, right? And we're going to get into some of the topics, right? What was our tactics bad? Probably, but when you're playing against a low block team, it's so hard to break them down. And every single team that have come to the Emirates have played low block, and they're going to continue to do that, right? So, what do? We have to find the solution, right? We found a solution, right? And what I'll hit back to some of the Arsenal fans that are going, we only own goals, we were shit, and all that stuff, right? We'll get onto Gyökeres and your thoughts on him, right? We've still got to put the ball in them areas for cause them own goals. We've still got to create that danger, right? And we scored, right? We got over the line. Yeah, I was fuming. No, I think any all Van Cams I've listened to and TalkSport, Sky Sports, no one was accepting that performance, and that is the right thing, right? Now, this time last year, we probably would have dropped points. We didn't drop points. We got it in the end, right? And I'd say something really funny online. There was a Liverpool supporter, I don't know his name, and that he's been memed all over the internet, right? He's literally started filming a video when it was 1-1, taking the piss out of Arsenal, right? Just throwing it in, right? And all you see is his face just drop when we get a second goal. It's class, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not being funny. They shoot and throw stones in the old sand, glass houses and all that shit.
Yeah.
Right? They've got their own fucking problems, so don't worry about us. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Guys, get involved in the comments. Let's get into our first topic. Do we drop Gyökeres for the next game? Who wants to go?
I think go on, Dave. I'll give you the first shout, my friend, and I'll jump in.
No is the simple answer, and the reasons for that. Yeah, but basically the reasons for that is the guy scored nearly 100 goals last season. Okay, it was in a lesser league, but he also scored goals in the Champions League. Obviously, we all know the stats of what he done before. He's also scored goals internationally for Sweden. So I just think that at the moment it's a combination of things with Gyökeres. It's him not putting himself about enough. It's us not looking for him enough in certain situations. And it's also the team being used to playing with a false nine. which we've been doing for the last 3-4 seasons. You know, so now we've got a proper 9. It's different runs. I heard a thing. I won't claim this was my own idea, but I heard a similar thing like when Haaland joined City. Obviously, City were tick-a-tacker, bomb, 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 weren't they? Knock it all around. Obviously, Haaland's a better finisher than Gyökeres. I'm not trying to put that comparison on him, but at the same point, they still had to change their whole style to to get Haaland the best out of Haaland. You know, even though the guy absolutely smashed it with goals. But going back to Gyökeres, I think he needs to play games. And what are we going to prove and what we're going to find out about Gyökeres unless we play him? You know, the guy's not missing chances. Some would say that it's better to be missing chances so that you know that he's in the right place. But at the minute, he's not getting chances, which is quite worrying along the lines of systems and tactics. That's what it proves to me, that it's system and tactics. You know, as I said to you on the last game, if I'm Gyökeres and I've been doing all this stuff and it ain't quite working, I'm playing in between the lines. I want in between the lines on the 18-yard box, and I'm staying on the shoulder. For one game, I'm staying on the shoulder, and I'm just going to keep running through. And if you don't pass me the ball, then that's on you lot.
So I've got a point on that, Dave. Right?
Go on.
Other than Haaland, and people in the chat, please throw names in there. Can anyone name me a number 9 in Europe that's firing on all cylinders?
Harry Kane.
Harry Kane.
There you go. Yeah.
What about in the Premier League? Other than Haaland, what striker is firing?
I thought Amada maybe the number 9,
the
but
most
he ain't
expensive
firing.
striker in the world. Is he firing? Is he banging in goals for fun?
I want to add to that, and I agree with everything.
Fashion, isn't it?
It is. I want to agree. I want to agree with everything you said, Dave, and add to it. But one thing I want to say to you boys, again, something flashed up prior to us coming online, and I'm just flicking through, doing a couple of things, seeing if there's anything else, or I can add to the conversation and stuff. And the overlap have got this extra thing, and this bloke's going, "Oh, Gyökeres is doing this, Gyökeres doing that," and I think to myself, do you guys have one for Isaac? You know, do you guys? You know, why is it just like Gyökeres? It's because it's Arsenal, firstly, boys. And I get, listen, what Dave said is spot on, right? There's a two-way street as well. Now, we were commenting before we got injured that his work rate. I mean, when he got injured, that was his best game he's had in an Arsenal shirt, and he got injured before half time. Yeah, that was his best sort of.
Evening, Alf. He got more penalties than anything else, mate. There are a lot of penalties.
Yeah, but I think he has.
I'll take your point. He has been.
We take your point, mate. I mean, obviously, it'd be Haaland, so that Thiago has been kind of on one. Thank you for joining, Alf.
Would we take him at Arsenal? Probably not. Is he better than Gyökeres? Probably not.
The fact is, though, is I don't believe personally. This is my personal opinion, that we have seen the best of Gyökeres. People are looking at it right now and going, now listen, he's got to also help himself as opposed to the team as well. But the problem that someone highlighted, and I think you boys can agree with it, is what, and Dave, again, I'm not stepping on you, I'm agreeing with you, and I'm extending your point of what you're saying. We've played with a false 9, we played with, say, the last couple of years, what is it? It's been Havertz and Jesus, yeah? Look what happened with Eddie Nketiah and at number 9 coming to the team. He struggled. Don't get me wrong, I think Gyökeres is better than Nketiah, but Nketiah struggled as being a number 9. Nketiah isn't that hold-up false 9. He is, I'll have a chance in the box, I put the ball away. Gyökeres is the same. Yeah, Gyökeres' numbers in the last 2 seasons is elite level numbers, whether it be in Portugal or not. He's scored goals at international level, scored goals at Champions League level. Yeah, at Portugal, you can say there's 2 or 3 teams that are decent, the rest you might say, but he's still been putting numbers up. He is not a shit striker, and he's not turned shit overnight. This could be a confidence thing, could be a system thing. We can't play Gyökeres as a Havertz-style player or a Jesus-style player, and we are still playing that way. He has to improve, which I believe in. And to answer that question, because I'm just making a point, I apologise, Tone. No, you do not drop him. You drop Gyökeres, you're setting a precedent to say I'm not got confidence in you.
Yeah,
he has been bought for 63 million. He's our striker. We have to stick by him. We have to play the formation and the players that suits him, but he's also got to help himself. We have to look at that as well. We're here because we love Gyökeres. We love what he's done. I've said that. I've said in the summer he's fight to get to the football club. You know, he wants to play. He wants to be here. Now he's also got to prove it, as well as the team has to evolve around the way he plays as well. And on a final point as well, boys, what I was trying to get at as well, prior to him getting injured, what were we praising him for? Now, every striker should occupy the centre halves and shit them up. Yeah? That should then mean if you've got a fully fit Gyökeres occupying the centre halves, you're going to have a left winger, a right winger, and any other midfielder who is box to box or attacking that box. He should be firing on all cylinders because we've got a number 9 who scares the living shit out of their centre backs, and he's creating the space. Give him the time, get used to it, play the right formation, boys, and the players, and you see it. But this is up to Mikel. That's what he's paid the big money for. He's got to find the right formula.
Cool. Yeah, no, I agree. If I see Mourinho or Jesus start against Everton, I think that's it for me. I think that's Arteta's lost his trust in Gyökeres. And do you know what? Look, I've been listening to the criticism, and I get the criticism. I go, like, we brought a striker in to score goals, but then you got to look at the facts, right? Every team we play against aren't opening up. There's no space. If you watch him against Sporting, he had about 10 yards of space between the defence and the goalkeeper.
Yeah,
so
no team locked up, did they, Bones? No team in Portugal locked him up. He had open spaces.
He had that time, but then I read another article where I'm like, why do Arsenal need to adapt to Gyökeres? Why don't Gyökeres adapt to Arsenal? And I take that point as well. But then, if you've got a striker that's working in no space, what do you want him to do? Yeah, and it's not just him. You've got Isaac. Haaland is a different gravy, right? He's found a way to score goals, and I don't know if you've known, a lot of his goals come from, you know, sharp attacking, moving the ball quicker, balls into the box, right? He's good in the air. He's one of the best in the air in the world, right? Gyökeres isn't really a header of the ball. I think that's what goes against him. He's not really a guy that's going to go and header you goals, right? And I think in this team, the way we play, that's probably where he's going to get. And Havertz is good in the air. And that's the difference. That's why Havertz made it work. I think that low block teams, I think we need to come up with a better solution to get him. This is what comes up to my. This is actually a nice segue onto my next question. Sorry, I'm speaking a minute. Is Arteta capable of adjusting these tactics against low block teams? Now, this is now a manager question, right? We've spoke about Gyökeres. Like, Gyökeres is a striker. He's come in. He's got a great record, right? And as Wayne said, you don't turn shit overnight. It's a fact, right? Guy's got a good record. All right. People go, right, it's in the Farmers League. It's not the same as the Premier League. A lot of strikers recognise that. I mean, look at Osman, Martinez, right? They chose not to come to the Premier League because they've probably done their research. I thought, sod that. You don't get any time. Burnley away, you're just going to get crunched all game and you won't get no time. So it takes a certain striker to play in the Premier League these days. Now, I think our supporters have been a little bit naive in thinking that, we're going to roll us back to the Ian Wright, Thierry Henry days. Tactically, football has completely changed, right? You have City proved it, right? They come to the Emirates and they sat in as a low block, right? That, unfortunately, is the recipe to play Arsenal at the Emirates. Go there, have 2 banks of 4, don't engage. Just leave them have the ball. They'll just pass it around you all fucking night, right? We got lucky against Wolves. Saka had a good corner where probably didn't mean it. He put enough nice bit of curl on it, and unfortunately they're undefendable, them sort of corners. So fair play. And the second goal, Jesus has made that run, and Mascaros, is that his name? Same sort of name as our
same as our centre back, yeah.
He's had to follow him, right? So yes, all right, they scored 2 own goals and we were shit and all that stuff, but we still created moments to get them goals. So I think everyone needs to calm down a little bit, right? If you can't lose to Everton, I accept the meltdown, right? Because that means we're going to be in serious trouble. And going back to my point of City, they completely battered Crystal Palace, right? And I knew they would as well. I had that feeling that they've hit that little bit of form.
Well, I don't know, though. Crystal Palace should have been 2-0 up in the first half. I watched that game.
Yeah,
Palace hit the bar and post. Honestly, they were open.
Yeah.
Honestly, Palace should have been 2-0 up in the first half.
Yeah, but City were clinical, weren't they? That's the
That's
thing,
the point.
you know.
Haaland had 9 touches, and one of them touches was the goal he scored.
That's the thing.
This is the sickening
That's what he's
part.
good
It's
at.
just a cross to the exactly what you said. Cross to the back post, bang, one touch finish.
That's what he's really good at,
finish.
right? It'll be hard. He won't be in the game for 80 minutes and he'll come up with a goal, right? And that's what.
Yeah.
But for some reason, we're not giving Gyökeres that patience.
I'm hating.
I read the other day someone he only had 5 touches. It's like, okay, well but then he's doing all the stuff that no one wants to do. He's doing them little diving runs, them shuttle runs. He's trying to. All right, don't get me wrong. Against Wolves, I noticed something really bad, and tell me what you guys think of this. Right, this is coming to the tactics. Right, there was a moment in that game where Gyökeres completely switched off. I don't know if you see it. The ball went out for a throw-in, and he's literally, I think he's saying something to Saka or someone, and you could tell the frustration in his face, right? He's literally, I think I was trying to math read it. I watched the replay, and I think he's saying to him, you need to play the ball quicker. I think that's what I was trying to, he was doing that with his hands. What I got from that is that you're not playing the ball quick enough to me. And he literally, you can see his face going red, like he's getting the ump, right? I don't think he's going to start against Everton. I'd be really shocked if he does, because I think when he come off as well, he didn't shake Arteta's hand. Don't know if you noticed that. He just walked to the bench. So I think he's getting really fed up, and I think at the moment we're setting him up to foul. Right, the guy can score goals. He's done it. Right, you can't go to any league and bang in 97 goals. I'm sorry, I don't care what league it is. That is not an easy thing to do. Right, and
if you haven't got something about you wouldn't back. Yeah, you do. Yeah. You definitely. Yeah.
You know, and I know there's a lot of people that are heavily against him at the moment.
The Premier League's 25% better than the Portuguese league, 35% better. Put it into sort of a percentage type number.
Yeah. You're not going to get the time that he would have got. The goals that I watched him score for Sporting, he had ages. Yeah, ages of space to control it. Look, you know, but then I did see goals.
Something I noticed, and sorry, Tony, and I want to add to it so you can carry on with your point. I'm really sorry, dude, because I was meant to say it in my little when I was going off earlier. And I know obviously we've moved on. You know, tactics against low block teams needs to adjust first and foremost to answer that question. I know that obviously you're not overly thingy bob with it. Someone on EBL again to anyone watching, anyone who's on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it, and to you boys as well. He's quite a knowledgeable guy. He goes on and he says a lot, and he says the problem, as I said to you boys, with Eza, is that if you can look at that ball that Trossard made to Gyökeres got the ball, touched it around the defender. Now, if that's on his right-hand side, he scores. Saka can do them balls into feet. So can either an Eza or a Trossard. We need a passer from that left. Trossard, come on and pass the ball. Yeah. Eza is great as a number 10 if he's positioned to the left-hand side. He is not a right-sided attacking player. He drifts naturally to the left. He's done it at Palace, and we need to platform him there, boys. Yeah, to get there in the opportunity, because Trossard does it. And at the moment, Trossard starts for me because Trossard finds Gyökeres. Gyökeres has to start, but there's two instances that I want to tell you boys to look at again. Right, the Chelsea game, Gyökeres comes on. I love Timber. Timber for me is one of the players. The last couple of seasons, he's phenomenal. He is our right back. Yeah. Against Chelsea, who took the ball off of Gyökeres' head and headed the ball over the bar?
That's right. It's true.
Our right back, Jurriën Timber. Against Wolves, midway through the first half or somewhere in the first half, we have a chance. Have a look again. The ball's coming to Gyökeres. Who's in the middle? Timber. He's taking the ball off Gyökeres' head again. And this EBL made a good point, and he said, you'd have a different story right now if Timber doesn't take that ball off of Gyökeres' head. He scores and makes it 2-1 Arsenal against Chelsea. You know, why I'm bringing that point up is that this is not to slight on Timber, by the way, boys. I'm just saying it comes to what you said about adjusting tactics. Why is Jurriën Timber, our right back, attacking across in the box that our centre forward should be attacking? Yeah.
Point. Yeah.
So what I want to say to you boys is just look at it again, and anyone watching.
The only counter to that I would say is that the organisation at set pieces at the moment is all up in the wall because Gabriel's not there. When Gabriel's there, they all seem to know their jobs a little bit better.
Yeah.
But that is me making excuses for them a little bit. You know what I mean? And also you are right. I want Gyökeres on the final touch, headering it in than Timber. That Timber's that's why he's a centre back and a right back, mate. Because you weren't good enough as a forward when you know.
Yeah,
They all start off as strikers and slowly work their way back.
that's it, Dave. And look, listen, as I said, please don't. I want people watching, and both of you guys, you know how much I love Timber. He's
Timber's
the first
a quality
name.
player, right?
He's the first
Quality.
name on the team sheet.
Best one in the league, I would say.
He's one of the best right backs statistically and visually because we can all see it. I love the geezer. Give him a contract, bloody lifetime contract. What I'm not digging him out.
Though. He has his moments where he thinks he's a striker and he'll do
But this is it, Tone.
runs.
And what I'm saying to these boys need to. I don't know if it's in the team or whatever, but I'm like, listen, it's fantastic that you're trying to attack that, but you've taken the ball twice now off our centre forward's head. And he could have had an opportunity. He needed to. If that look, I'm not saying it could have gone in, but what if it had?
I agree with the comment there.
And let's read that.
Thank you for your
thanks
comment.
for joining the studio studio. Sorry, it's because it's in your name. Thanks for joining the chat. Thank you. Let's we'll read that quickly. Sorry.
Right, Trossard and Calafiori have unlocked Gyökeres because they're instinctive passes. Our wingers are ball hoggers, Saka, Noni, Nelly, and Gyökeres.
You're 100% right. Martinelli doesn't work with Gyökeres unless you're on the transition.
What did Alan Shearer always say? He wants his winger to take one touch and knock it in. He knows when to make the run.
100%.
How many times do you see? Right, watch next game. Watch Gyökeres. Saka will get the ball. He's on his right foot, right, or he swing onto his left foot. Gyökeres will go like that, right? Fucking cross it, right?
He don't know when to make
Pass
the run.
Back,
He does make the run.
Go back across. Then Gyökeres has to readjust himself, go back across, then go again. Other side, Martinelli do his stupid little runs that he does, then go back. And then,
listen,
as a striker, I'll tell you what, if I'm Gyökeres, I'm literally sitting there going, why the fuck did I leave forward?
Apparently, boys, this is just on the rumour mill. Thank
you for your comment.
After the Wolves game,
thanks for joining that shot.
Big bust up in the dressing room.
The
Arsenal dressing room, apparently so, and Rice was leading it, apparently so, and he was sort of giving it to a few people, which is good because we won the game. It's easy to do it when you lost.
No, I'll tell you. Sorry to interrupt you, Dave. I'll tell you. It actually makes sense. I'll tell you why. Because the second goal, we're celebrating like we won the cup, and Rice is standing there going, "What the fuck are you lot doing?"
He is.
Get back to
Mate,
the
he just walked off. He didn't even clap the fans or nothing. He just walked off. He had the ump when the game was finished.
Yeah.
He just walked straight down the tunnel. He ain't happy, mate. And honestly, I do believe that, like, and what I've heard, like, there was a big bust up through and I would say that in one way, you would say, Gyökeres, liven yourself up, mate. And then you'd also say to the wingers, you've got to start passing to him more. What are you doing? Saka, mate, you need to liven yourself up. What are you at? And everyone's saying Saka had a really good game. Like,
no, I think with Saka, I think the problem is with Saka.
I don't think he had a very good game.
Because he's been injured, right? And he's been getting a little bit of criticism. I think he's got the World Cup squad in his mind. Right. I think there's moments where he's like, Joe, I'm going to cut in and have a left foot. I'm going to take a bit of glory, right? There has been moments there where he has been playing for himself.
He's hitting the defender though. He ain't getting it where
exactly,
Dave. You know.
Exactly. How many times against Wolves? Yeah, you're right, Tone. And sorry, but that's what they making the point. And you're right, 100%, Tone, to back you up. You look at him again, and he's taking that shot. And this is where it says now. It's looking at the moment, and everyone's going, well, look at Gyökeres, he's had 5 touches, he's going shit, blah, blah, blah. And as Napshot said, and this is what I'm saying about Eza, because if you remember, boys, and you will remember, Tone, and if you watched it, I know you watched prior, Dave, having a passer at left wing, so you've got your out-and-out winger in Saka, who should be putting the ball in the back of the net. He should be your Mo Salah type player, yeah? On the left-hand side. But he also needs to sort of like, it's not so much about making Gyökeres better at times. If Saka's going to be banging in 20, 30 goals for you and Gyökeres is going to get 15, he's still doing his job, and Saka's improved tenfold. But right now, Saka isn't showing me that he's going an upper level, and why I say with Eza, and I know within the number 10, he's still great, but Arteta, it's always to the right hand side. He's not that type of player, like I said. Like Thomas Rosicky, who I thought was a phenomenal player in terms of his ball playing and stuff like that. He was a passer. He wasn't a winger. Wenger liked a passer, and he also liked an out and out winger. You had your Freddie Ljungberg that would box crash. You had your passer and your brilliant finisher in Robert Pires. That won us titles. We now need to as much as it is, obviously, I know he wasn't great against Villa, but it needs to be played more often as a left winger because Trossard's not getting any younger, and Trossard knows now how to unlock Gyökeres. We need to have Saka do the same, and that's the problem, boys. You know, you can't be individuals. You have an out-and-out striker. We're not saying he should be, but he should be banging 20 goals in. But if he's not banging 20 goals in again, till we're blue in the face, someone else will have to step up then. And that's the likes where Saka, if he wants to be the big man, this is where he's got to step up and improve his numbers, So, but that's what I'm saying with you as well. I know, obviously, the way we play, that's why you could sort of maybe go, let's put Ødegaard in that 10 and have Eze as a left, or you have Trossard and Eze. Trossard, Eze, and Saka could also help unlock him, boys. And Eze is a false because like he played against Spurs when Moreno was the spearhead, and he was there. Eze was in open space. That could be an option as well. But we need to. You have to unlock a player like that to get the best out of him. Otherwise, there's no point in signing him. What's the point in signing him, boys, if you're not going to play to his strengths?
On Eze, just going to say on Eze, Eze's got most of the assists for Gyökeres so far this season.
What happened in that was it Nottingham Forest? What happened in this, with Gyökeres' goal against Forest?
Ball out left.
Who put the ball?
Eze's laid it across, tapping.
Now,
I don't see Ødegaard doing that, mate. I don't see Ødegaard offering that for Gyökeres.
Trossard and Eze will unlock him. Saka also needs to learn to find him as well, I agree. And as you said, Tone, and as you said, Dave, Tone, he wants to hog it, Tone, and Dave, and the defenders are blocking it. He's not putting the ball in the back of the net. Try to find your number 9. That's what we want to find,
But I've mentioned this before with Eze, right? Eze will stay in the number 10 role. He'll float around and he'll play at some points, you've got a 4-4-2 sort of formation because he'll slip into that striker role with Marino against Tottenham. That's why it was so effective. At the moment, because Ødegaard won't play the number 10 role, he'll play number 8, he'll go number 6, he'll go anywhere to get the fucking ball other than number 10, right? And when he does get into the number 10 position, they've already got 2 banks of 4 sitting in front of it, right? You're going around the fucking U-bend, right?
And then he'll try a lofted pass, Tone.
It's the little loft to the back post.
I hate that. Yeah. What did he do? He was on the pitch, boys, wasn't he? And he's tried the lofted pass, which I did allude to, and it frustrates the living crap out of you.
He does it all the time.
Like Ødegaard. I like him. I still believe, and it's my personal opinion, that he is a left 8. It's as simple. He's an 8. He's not a 10.
He's frustrating me, mate. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, he is.
He had a good game, but I just think every time he gets the ball, he's veering to the right. Then we'll do the same thing. He'll go into his left foot, cross it in, right? And it's like, Wolves knew what we was going to do. Every time he was going forward, we'd go around the U-bend, go back round.
You know what I've unlocked it? You know what we missed?
Yeah.
And sorry, Tone, it's just, again, as you say, in this one, and Dave do the same. You feel something, just bloody say it. We missed, because obviously Trossard come on, we missed having Calafiori and Trossard on that left-hand side and Eze in the 10. But we needed Trossard and Calafiori to unlock the game. Like Knapshot said, he was 100% right. That is who we missed. I love MLS, but again, I'll always maintain, I think more so of a midfielder, but Calafiori and Trossard is where I think you can get the best out of Gyökeres, as well as having Eze playing a free role. Trossard can naturally drift from the left into the centre. Eze the same. They can mix and match. Let Saka do his stuff, but he should also. If you could have Saka sort of link up. You've got Madueke as well, who can come off from the bench and cover boys. We have to get relationships.
I thought Madueke was undone by not even to get on the pitch against Wolves.
The problem, you know what it is, boys. You can blame Benny White's hamstrings for that. He was going to come on because he had to make that substitution. That was his. He wanted Moreno on, Ødegaard, Jesus or whatever. Madueke, there's basically someone was saying that Madueke didn't come on because of Benny White and the swap there. Where we believe it, boys, but that's what they're saying.
Cool. Next question.
Go on, matey.
If we lose to Everton and City go above us, are we catching them?
Go on,
I
Dave.
think so.
I
think so. I don't think they're the same City. I don't see. Listen, City they're all right at the moment. They got a couple of easy games coming up per se. They got West Ham, but apparently that West Ham's best performance was the game against Aston Villa, which they only just lost on the last minute goal. But you know, I think that we'll catch them. What's the guy got to say now, or the girl?
Nap shot again, mate. 100%. And as I say, you hit the nail on the head. I mean, he was fantastic against Newcastle. We should have had a penalty as well, which me and Tony were ridiculed for, and we were getting a lot of stuff on our TikTok page about it. But Napshot, thanks again. We appreciate
Napshot's
it.
Talking sense,
and that's absolute sense, matey. And it's the point you're getting at, and there's a point I'm saying. Have a look at everything. We cannot lose. To go back to that question, we cannot lose, but we have to play. If you go with that, Trossard's got to start. I like Martinelli. He's a finisher. He's not a starter in the Premier League for me. Trossard, Eza, Saka behind the Yoke with Calafiori at left back, Timber right back. You'll see some stuff, boys. That's yeah. But to reiterate with you, Dave, I don't think Man City at the moment, the run they're on, it can scare you. I get it, but they're going to have tough games. You know, they have to play Chelsea twice.
That's exactly the point I was going to make. They've got a couple of easier games. Their January fixtures are not looking good. They look very tough, their January fixtures.
Are what somewhat, and again, I do highly recommend him in terms of when you're discussing tactics and stuff like that. He talks a lot of sense. He doesn't just stick with Arsenal, but EBL made the point as well. You know, he said that Man City, you know, their attack at the moment is good. He said, but they allow the teams to come on to control, to take, you know, they're not the Man City of old. So let's see them have the tough run of fixtures we had and see how many points they got after that, boys.
They're very
I get what you're saying, Tone. It's a bad one, isn't it, Dave? You know, I get that. It is, but I don't think they're the same.
That's the thing. They're clinical. You give them a chance, they're probably going to score. But they're probably going to give you 3 or 4 chances. So you may end up beating them 4-3. It's going to be a shootout, you know. It's going to be a goal fest, I would have thought.
Yeah.
You know, you got to take your chances. Your striker on the day or your players up front have got to be clinical like them to beat them.
Yeah.
They're open. They're open.
Yeah, exactly, Alf. I mean, the thing is, boys, if we're to allow them to go through, I mean, listen, at the moment, City are Cherky's kind of coming into form for them.
He is. No, I will say that.
Foden's kind of rediscovering his form, and then Haaland. So they're a tough team to think. And thanks for commenting again, Alf. I get that. It's a tough sort of mentally to take, boys. But going away to Everton, right? They've got 2 of their midfielders out of the African Cup of Nations. Apparently, Jack Grealish, one of their best players, he's injured, right?
Dewsbury
Hall ain't playing, exactly. So Everton are light and threadbare. The crowd are going to be behind them. They're from Liverpool. It's a Saturday evening. Some of them are more than likely been down the pubs and on the sauce all day. Yeah. They're going to be up for it, most of them. It's going to be loud. It's going to be uncomfortable. But also as well, it's their new stadium, isn't it? So it's not going to have the same stuff as Goodison. It ain't Goodison Park. I would fear them if it was Goodison Park.
Definitely.
So, again, Alfred, that's a very good question. We have to win, first and foremost. But like Dave said, and I 100% agree with him, I think that they are not the City of old, and you know there will be times when they will struggle.
Cool.
Yeah, that's a very good one. I'm going to give the tone in my 2 pence. I think on that question, Saka has to put them numbers up, but it has to be spread between like a Eza, Saka, and Gyökeres. Tone, what did you think about that question, matey?
Yeah, no, I completely get it. It's a very good question, a very good point. We've got some players that are dipping their toe in the world class pool, right? And they're just not doing it, right? Saka's been dipping his feet in for a while, and we haven't had the consistency, right? And I think it's a big part of injuries. But no, I do agree with that point. You'd think by now that Saka should be our world class from the seasons, the game times that he's had. He should be our world class talent, or our Salah, our
He should be
Haaland
putting Salah
should
numbers
be
up.
taking us to a title, right?
Yeah.
And I think we're falling short. And I think the question I'm going to throw back at you in that shot: do we rely on someone like Saka? Do we not, as a team, with all the signings and players we got, do we not go actually? It's a joint effort. You know, I think Declan Rice for me is probably the best player in the squad, right? And we sorry, Alfie's joining us, lads. Evening, Alf. Yeah, I think I thought that yeah, I think it's a very good point. We have got quite a few players. I think to let me answer. I'm going on a Wayne ramble here. 1 second.
We're all entitled to that. Go for it, Tony.
No, look, I think our world class player is Declan Rice. I generally think, and I've said this a few times, if Declan Rice gets an injury, a big injury, I think our title challenge is over. That's a big statement from me, but I generally think we don't win the title without Declan Rice.
Again, listen, you can't argue that because, as I say, like you pointed out, he's a captain without the armband, and he was making a very good point on that match. But Charles, thanks for joining, mate. Good to see you, gents. And let's talk with the elephant in the room. Victor, his 2 problems are shot volume and defender separation. Given he can work on the separation a bit. Sorry, mate. Cheers, Tony. The shot volume is not his problem. Yeah, well, this is it. This is the whole problem that we've been alluding to again. Is it's not so much solely on sort of the teammates as well. You have to create separation, but sometimes when you're struggling for form, you need that passer. You know, you have to make it yourself, but you also sometimes
open it up yourself.
You know, you have to create them spaces, and if they're struggling to find you, you've got to get into that space to begin with.
Yeah, but I'll take his point there. How many runs does the guy make to the ball to get played? How many times do you do them shuttle runs, right?
Yeah.
And everyone on this chat's played football at amateur level at some point. Alfie's still playing at a very good level, right? How many times as a striker, I mean, I've never played striker, but I've seen strikers get the raving up because they'll make the run, they're sweating their bollocks off, and the ball doesn't get released, right? How many times in the game? Well, I looked it up the other week, right? How many before the Wolves games? I've noticed a pattern where Joker is starting to switch off a little bit with frustration. I think that the guy's running his socks off, right, and he's not getting the service, right? And the argument needs to happen because I don't think he's getting the service that he needs, or to get the goals. You can't criticize a striker for not scoring if you're not involving him in the play. Haaland will probably get 7 chances in a game and he'll probably bury 2, right? He's got really good stats and ratios, right? I think Jokeris is probably getting half of that if he's lucky.
Yeah, and again, another question here, boys, and obviously we'll get some views from Al.
Yeah, thanks for all the comments, guys. We
do appreciate it. This is what
the question is: should we have gone for a false 9 type of striker profile before we change? Because we bought a proper number 9.
So I'm going to counter that.
We know that we have to change our style.
No, Havertz had 2 seasons in that role.
And sorry, Tone, as well. This is just keep that full, but this is what the question, and it's going to go straight back to you, Tone. But this is what Charles is getting at. Is obviously we all want him to be successful. If you don't, you got a problem. He says, I mean, Jesus and Havertz are profiles from a bygone trophyless era, and they scare no one. And the thing is, it is true, and that's it, Tony.
It is the truth.
We needed
an out-and-out striker, didn't we?
For an out-and-out striker, we're not using the guy. We're not using him.
No,
right? And
not the right way.
He's doing the right things. Look, he's not in form, right? He's not in form.
Yeah.
But what we need to all calm down on is everyone's giving him shit, right, for not scoring goals. But have a look at the situation. Have a look at how we play, right? Really, I'll prove it to you. When Jesus comes on, how many chances did he have in the first 10 minutes? And that's not because he's a better player than Jokeris. It's because
the team know how to find a player like that, Tone.
He's been embedded, right?
He's been embedded in the way we play.
Yeah. You don't buy a striker like Jokeris, right? He's not a striker that's going to dip into the midfield. He's not technical like that. He isn't a technical player.
No, not at all.
Play to the guy's strengths. If you're going to play Jokeris, you've got to change your style a little bit to adapt to him.
Have a look at all his goals, boys, and you can go on YouTube. The compilations are there. you do not see. It's not. There's goals when, like the Leeds goal, he scored quite several because again, you're going to get more space. You know, the goal he scored against Leeds, he can do that against lesser opposition per se. If he's got a chance in the box, he's going to put it away.
Yeah.
A confident Gyökeres will put that ball in the back of the net. He needs it there. So
Shot
anyway,
power. Shot
you know,
power.
exactly.
A lot of his goals, it was shot power. Now, where's
Yeah.
the shots from outside the box? Just
Mm.
like he got the ball on the half turn. Where's the little shot through the defender's legs as he's overreaching to try and stop you? You know, how many
Yeah.
times have we seen that flying in the opposite bottom corner, where the defender opens his legs straight for his legs, bang. And the guy, I've seen the guy shoot. The guy's got power in his boots, but for whatever reason, he's not putting himself around enough, and the team's not looking for him enough.
Exactly. So, I think that's a blend of being fed up, mate. I think he's generally fed up. If you look at his body language, he's fed up. I don't think he starts against Everton. I think he gets dropped because of the body language and the few things that you said about.
I just don't think we can afford. If he does that, Tony's crazy.
You've got to stick with the guy, right? Yeah. Next question, Alf. I'll get you involved, mate. Welcome to the Gooner Booth.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Do you think?
Tone, that's one for Alfie. Give that one a question first. Go on, mate. As an outsider, go on, Tone.
So go on, Alf. Do you think injuries are going to cost us? From what you've seen, as a new, just so the watchers are. He's a Spurs supporter, so be nice to him.
He's neutral
today. He won't slag his uncle's team off too much, will you, mate?
Nah.
No, go on, boy. Go on.
I mean, you know, every single team is going to have, like, if a team's got many injuries, it's going to kill them. Like, whether you've got good squad depth or, like, you've got not enough. You know, like, what Chelsea's injuries, you know, when Chelsea lost Palmer for a couple of months, you know, he came back and then he stubbed his, like, broke his toe on FIFA or something. Then it put him out again. Chelsea started to struggle. Then when more of their players started to come back, they started to build their confidence again. But I don't think you could argue, some people could argue that injuries could kind of cost you guys the title. But I mean, there's no arguing that you guys have got enough squad depth to kind of, you know what I mean, consistently keep up there. Do you know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I mean, there's another one as well which we could all answer here. And what Charles again and again we appreciate the interaction.
Yeah, I like Charles's questions.
He's fantastic, and they're great, matey. As I say, he's just, as you're saying there, he's just saying obviously to put in Ødegaard and Eze in a room and with Victor, let him figure it out. Yeah. Personally, as well, Charles, I think you should put, boxing games. You know, we'll sort your issues out, but I think the whole team has to, you know. You have a look at it with for argument's sake, having a Tottenham fan on the stream, he'll know full damn well that the partnership between Son and Kane put Tottenham through and put Tottenham sort of like where they were prior to they both leaving, and Spurs are trying to find another identity now. But that was a combination, and I want to put this to you now, boys. Have we got that? Have we got that currently in the squad? Two players who will guarantee you score every game, and you'll have that Kane and Son understanding. Have we got two players like that?
There's no consistency.
So Saka, and put it for argument's sake, Eze is your passer, your box crashing goal scorer. Declan Rice is your world class box to box midfielder. Zubimendi's your Spanish controller. Right? We'll establish that. You know, this is just there's plenty of partnerships over it. Like, you know, Pires and Henry just got us through a lot of stuff, yeah. Bergkamp, when he was playing, he'd always just a change up, but Bergkamp could synchronise with any player on the pitch. But Pires and Henry were a combination that you couldn't live with, you know. Kane and Son, you know, you had people like, Ozil and Sanchez they could have been a good partnership for us, you know. We need to have the best player like Saka and Gyökeres are the two kind of players, if you like. We need two players. My point being is just we need two players who are going to do that. We have not got that level of players to get us through these games on that level consistently. You know, you look at Man City, Foden and Haaland. You know, Turkey's chirping up a bit. But, you know, you need them kind of partnerships, boys. You know, you need them to pull you through. And at the moment, you got Saka, who's not in great form in terms of what we want him to be because he's getting over his injury still and blah, blah, blah. But you need them kind of these relationships on the pitch, you know. And that's what we need, boys. We need these type of players to get us title winning and get into form, you know. And
Yeah.
that's the thing.
What's your thoughts, Dave?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think definitely 100%. I don't think we have got two players that are on the same wavelength consistently enough for us. Don't mean to say that we're a bad team. The one question that I think it was Charles asked previous to the last one was, have we got world-class players? Have we got players what can pull it out? I think our defence could pull the title out the bag for us, actually, thinking about it. I think Saliba and Gabriel are the players that are world-class, definitely, 100%. I don't think our goalkeeper's too far away from it either. So if you now you're going along the spine, now you're putting Rice in there, you're putting Zubimendi in there. Now, obviously, everyone knows Arsenal's the back four and all that are very good. I'm not hello, it ain't sort of a nothing new, you know. But if you start working it out and you start looking at it there, all the puzzle pieces are there. They just he needs to put the right ones in the right places up front for it 100%.
To work. Yeah.
And do you want to? Yeah, I'll give you a hot take. I don't think Saka should start at the moment. I'd play Mudweki.
I agree.
There
That's
you go.
it. Would you?
There you go. And he seems to be the problem at the moment. Now, I've seen him drift over left. I'd play Saka left, to be honest with you. If Trossard's not fit, if Trossard's fit, I wouldn't play Saka.
Yeah. No, I mean, I agree with that. I mean,
at the moment.
I mean, if you're looking at it as well, Alf, I mean, we, as I say, and Napshot again, thanks for it. And he's just obviously just reiterating and agreeing with me point there, you know, because he's.
Of course, someone's agreeing with you. Okay,
he's not.
Napshot, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
Wait,
off
you've got
air,
to slip him that fiver in a little while, boy.
Yeah, I'll slip him the money. Off air, Tony always agrees with me, and when I meet up with Alf, he always agrees with his uncle. But as an outsider as well, Tone, what Dave's saying, and you know, and not Napshot was saying there, Tone, was that, you know, and what I've also said is, you know, Saka at the moment, is not putting up Salah numbers. And you know, you've got a Madueke who's hungry to prove himself.
Yeah.
You know, if he has to play him on the left, then you play as about. I mean, at the moment, Trossard, when he's fully fit, you know, you'd say he would have to play there. You know,
I think there's an argument, Wayne, to say that Trossard's been our best attacker this season.
I mean, Alf. I mean, would you agree with that, Alf? I mean, obviously, you know, for us as well, you know, look, we love Saka. I know, as you know, for being a Tottenham fan, it wouldn't make no odds to you. But you know what Dave is saying is, if Saka's not putting numbers up, then you've got other players that can, you know, come in and do the job, sort of thing.
Yeah, no, I think, like, you know, with an Arsenal side and Saka kind of being your best player for the kind of past few years, if he's not performing, you can't just say, well, he's our best, like, you know, he's been our best player for the past 3 years, we got to keep him in.
Yeah.
If there's different players like Noni Madueke or, you know, Martinelli's starting to come on, Trossard 100% agree has been your best winger, 100%. If them three are firing more than Saka, then surely you've got to start your strongest squad, or the squad that is firing and doing well in games. Whereas Saka just hasn't really had that yet this season, which is a shame, but it happens to players. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, this is what I think, and that's. I just wanted to pass a different opinion, and I'm sure Tone and Dave would agree. I think that Saka is obviously. We know the level. Again, we've got another one here. Obviously, thanks for joining again. I mean, we're having some great feedback, and we really do appreciate
really
it.
Good point, you guys.
And it's a very good point there.
And Champions League.
You know, Martinelli 100%. If you've seen any videos, I've also said I think he's more suited for the Champions League as opposed to being a starter in the Premier League.
Definitely.
We appreciate it. It's a great question, and boys, and I want to pass it back to you, Tone. But what he's saying there was the point I was going to get at. And I think as well to say him in response, Alf, Saka to Arteta is obviously the main starter, but have a look beyond, because I'm not saying you should drop Saka. I'm saying, you know, let's freshen it up. If you've got a player who's on form, why didn't Madueke get on that pitch on Saturday evening, boys? Other than the Ben White injury, which is what they're trying to accept, he should have got on, in my opinion, before Marino. You know, your most informed one. He's an informed winger.
I think it comes down to management as well, right? I think Arteta needs to grow a pair of balls.
Yeah, that's the ones who got him there.
He's got. I know, but what I'm saying is that they've got him to a certain level, but now he needs to get over the line. Right, so you've got to be ruthless as a manager and go to Saka. Go look, that full mate, Madueke banged in 2 goals in the Champions League.
He's not undroppable.
So that's the thing. You got to get like Odegaard come straight back into the team. I'm sorry, we haven't been playing well with Odegaard in this team.
No.
Right?
Odegaard hasn't played well for ages, Tone. And another one again, Charles. Yeah. Sorry there, boys, and it's something as well. Will it be? Yeah, and obviously the bolster. Would you go into the January transfer window to bolster the attack or the defence? I've stated if there's an attacker, you know, if there's an attacker available, yeah. But I think personally, like you should try and strengthen. Like Tony said prior with Rice, and I think if you're depending on the situation with Benny White, whose body, by the way, I think he's going to be fudged. I think his body's kind of said he's put a lot on the line for us.
Getting back into the team.
And, you know, Tommy Yasu was injured, wasn't he?
We've got another Tommy Yasu.
Benny White has literally played himself. He's wrecked his body.
I
think you might have to look at that.
Julian Alvarez from Atletico Madrid.
Julian Alvarez will be one, you know,
because he can play false 9 as well, and he can bang it in from edge of box as well. So he'd fit into our team straight away. And he's played Premier League before. By the way,
keep the comments coming. Brilliant.
Thank you, guys.
Conversational. Keep it coming.
Yeah, and as I say, thank you again. And Tony's reiterated that, and you're 100% right. So basically, Tony as well, like this, just saying. You know, like obviously you're getting heat for taking, you know, for taking the sack or, you know, I get that, but sometimes you know, if he's not performing to it, you shouldn't be kept on the pitch, and you know, and this is Declan Rice is vitally important as well. That's why we need to find someone, in my opinion, who's got the level of Sebi or Rice.
Do you know what, Wayne?
Either one will be fudged.
On that comment, that's a very, very good comment, right? Because I was actually thinking that on Saturday. So I was sitting there watching the game, and I'm sitting there going, to the Villa game. I remember sitting there going, why is Saka still on the pitch? He's been pretty poor, to be fair, and he brought Madueke on late, and I'm like, the same thing with Wolves, and he's not really doing it right. And I think that I make a very good point there. I think Arteta does have it in the back of his mind. He goes, Saka does something that not a lot of the players do. It gives you a moment in a game. A very dangerous moment, and whilst on the pitch, it will continue to do that. And I think Arteta does stand there going, if I take him off, I'm running that risk, right? And I do think that he would rather leave him on the pitch, because if we would have drew that game 1-1, you're exactly right. All the fans would have gone, "Oh, you've taken Saka off. He was our danger man." But then you've got to have a bit of trust as well when you bench. There's no point signing Madueke if you're not going to use him.
I've said that you have to. I think you have to have trust in
every comment. Lovely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, Napshot's back at it. Thank you for another comment. Your conversation's been great, guys.
It's been Tony's just said exactly what you said, and
exactly.
This is spot on. This is just spot on.
Yeah.
And Alf said as well. You know, there is no excuse, and there shouldn't be an excuse for the size of the squad we have. Obviously, defensively now we're getting our attackers back. Apparently, Havertz ain't too far away. Jesus is coming back, and then you're running out of defenders.
On Havertz, I think Havertz goes straight into that team, by the way. I think he doesn't trust Gyökeres.
But why? Why does he go in there, Tone? Because he's Arteta's.
Havertz not played for nearly a year. There's no way that he comes.
But he can't come on. He can't come.
He just can't. He's going to have to play 10 games to get back to match fitness. Tone.
But I do think a fully fit.
Right, I can see your point. What you're saying. Sorry, mate. Sorry, fair cop.
In real time, I get what you're saying. He can't squeeze for a long time.
When
fully fit Havertz versus a fully fit Gyökeres.
But by that time, Gyökeres might be firing Tone, so it might just fall into. When we first bought Gyökeres, I did say I want to see him after Christmas start hitting his straps. Yeah, because of the pre-season stuff, what we spoke about before. because he's fighting Sporting Lisbon chairman, trying to get out the club. He ain't had a proper pre-season, and you guys know yourselves. Proper pre-season, it's vital, you know, to get your fitness levels back up there. You know,
he had a broken pre-season, Dave. Definitely.
You know, so I think after Christmas you'll start seeing him start flourish. If we buy it, apparently we've triggered the clause for Semenyo, 65 million. That's for January. Yeah, so basically the clause is open until January 10th. Yeah. So if you look at the main guys, it's Ornstein and Romaro. What's it? Romaro.
Yeah.
Apparently it's coming out that in the next couple of days that Arsenal have triggered it. So there you go. He's left hand side. He's very, very direct though. He's another sort. He don't look like he passes very much. He looks like he's going for goal. So there you go again.
One of them things as well. I think no boys, that obviously Trossard's form would obviously mean you'd kind of want him around the pitch. But I think like a Martinelli, don't be surprised in the near future, like a player like that, Semenyo will come in, because we wanted a left winger. And obviously we couldn't quite do it. And apparently the board have said, if you're going to bring someone in, you got to have someone go out. So
I'd let Jesus go. And to be honest with you, if a good offer come in for Odegaard, I'd let him go and all. Straight up. I would.
Yeah. No,
and
listen,
I'd play Trossard 10. I'd let Trossard be back up 10. I'd play Eze and Trossard for 10.
Yeah, but Trossard's 31, mate. You're running the risk there, aren't you?
Yeah, you've basically can't you?
In terms of the form, it depends how much you get, Tone, really, as well.
Yeah,
what, I mean, 45 million for Odegaard?
Nah, you have more than that, surely.
How many years he got left on his contract? And how old is he? Because that
3 years. Maybe
he's just literally had a birth. I don't know if his birthday was today. I think so. I think he's just turned 27. Odegaard.
27. I'll take 45 million for him all day long.
Oh, mate, good for you not working.
Would you, Alf, as an outsider, and you had Odegaard on your team, mate? He wasn't
cash in, boy.
Would you sell him? Would you keep Odegaard if you're looking at it from an outsider point of view?
Would you have him in the Spurs side?
That's a good question. Well done, Dave. That's a better question.
Well, Odegaard on the Spurs side. It's no brainer, mate.
That's a bold statement.
They've got Lionel Messi.
I know we're not performing, but it's a hard one to call because, like, you know, it's mix and match. If I said to you, would you have any Spurs players? I bound every single one said no.
Do you know what I mean? I like
so.
Bergfeld's got some energy in the midfield. I don't know. I like Bergfeld.
Odegaard's a very mismatched player. Like, you don't know, he's that type of player that you don't know what you're going to get out of him on the actual game day. Yeah. You know, everyone expects Odegaard to be what he was, you know, being that playmaker in midfield. And then when he came back, like a few of my mates and people online were saying, "Oh, Odegaard's back today" and everything, just for him to go and be like do nothing. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah. With that question, Alf, as well, I want to add this because again we've got another one here, another question. Again, guys, we're kind of overwhelmed. It's really
great.
Actually,
keep coming.
It's refreshing to have it. You know, I mean, obviously we got Alf joining.
2 games in 2020. That's what I said. He's hardly played.
Yeah, you're 100% right, mate. And I tell you what happened and what Alf's just said. Everyone was shouting for Odegaard, Alfie's mates, people online, our mates, people online. Comes back and everyone's going, hang on a minute, well, Odegaard. The same thing will happen to Havertz, and then they'll get on Havertz back because he's not doing it. What if, for argument's sake, like Tony says, Dave, and you know he drops Gyökeres for Jesus, and then Jesus has an absolute mare at Everton, then he doesn't play well again the next game, and what blah blah blah. The fans and football supporters are fickle.
You've painted yourself into a corner.
You know,
if you do
exactly.
That.
You know, and you know, it's always that new shiny toy syndrome again, and always going to be good. Listen, I like Jesus, but I'm with you, Dave, and I think as well.
He can't hit a horse's arse with a band.
No, he's finishing, as I say, as you see, and Tony alluded to it. But what happened when he come on in the Champions League, and every Arsenal fan, and I know Alfie wouldn't follow it, boy, but they was literally saying, here we go, like, because he had Gyökeres done a certain amount of touches, but Jesus come on and couldn't put anything near to being a goal. He got the chances, he couldn't do it. If Gyökeres got that chance, what's to say he's not going to score it? He just needs to have that confidence in front of goal.
I reckon that shot should be on. He should come on the stream, because now he's talking about Odegaard as left 8. Come on, he's
hang on a minute.
Hold up a minute. He's
All right, Napshot, you're taking the words out my mouth.
Oh, I'll tell you
Come and
what's
join
going
us
on here, mate.
if you want to join the stream. But you listen. It's sense. But the thing is it's fully sense.
It's just sense.
It's. I just think that again. This is what I'm saying. I'm glad that you're finding. I know you boys as well have also agreed with me anyway, which is obviously a rarity. But no, well, you agree with me, Dave.
We do.
Tony,
No, definitely.
Tony don't.
It makes sense to play him there.
He's better as an 8 or a left 8, boys. He shouldn't be our number 10.
The only thing about the left
Ethan
8,
as well. I agree with Ethan, Tone.
Yeah.
Ethan, when
The only thing about playing him in left 8. The only thing that worry me about playing him in the left 8 role is the fact that he's quite a soft touch, right? He's very easily knocked off the ball.
That's the problem.
Right? That for me would worry me. In the games against teams like Wolves that it's going to sit in and not going to engage, then play him there, because you Eze or Wanyeri.
The only way it will work, sorry, Tone. And I said it, and I'm really sorry, dude. I just want to keep it. I'll send it straight back to you. The only way that will work is if you had a flat 3. Or you had a sitting midfielder, you had Odegaard in left 8, and you had like a Declan Rice in the right-sided role. Do you know how we used to play where we had we'd have like Alex Song, Cesc Fabregas, and we'll have Jack Wilshere for a certain time, or Wenger played it where he didn't have a number 10, he had a sitting midfielder and 2 8s, if you like. Yeah. So I think that's where it worked with him. But you're right. He needs a midfielder alongside him.
These comments are tasty, aren't they? These comments.
I'll tell you what. This is a conundrum. This one's a good one. This one.
Go on, Dave. I'll let you. Go on, Dave. You go for it,
Dave. Go on, mate. Go on.
All right. So, are you benching the striker we called for in the summer, or are you benching Saka, the best attacking mind? You pray that Everton goes right, because City are basically going to be 1 point on top of us if they beat West Ham.
Yeah.
So, who are you benching? You've got one choice. You've got to bench Gyökeres or bench Saka. Who are you benching? That's a conundrum. It's a conundrum.
I think I'd go with Gyökeres. I think purely because of the way he's playing.
Yeah, Arteta will back. He'll probably will sack him.
I think he'll bench him anyway. By the way, I think just to protect him a little bit, because he's been under the spotlight this last week about how much of a flop he is and all that shit. Some of the stuff's been overly harsh for me, but I think
I'd bench Saka. I'd make a statement.
I think Madueke is more than capable of doing a job against
Everton. I'd make
Everton.
a statement to say no one's safe in the team.
Of
course they're not. I mean, he's right as well in his last sit, where City will absolutely thump West Ham. So
they at home.
I think they are at home. I do.
They're away against Palace, Tone, so I'm pretty sure they'll be at home. But listen, you're right, boys, and it's just that first.
Okay. Yeah.
That one's it.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, we were looking like it, and then obviously I think we've kind of just the COVID. Yeah, I know. I know.
And Aguero's, it's just breaking over that line, isn't it?
Yeah, COVID. Yeah.
Once you get over that line, I do generally think that the floodgates will open for us, because most of this team are quite young. We just keep on adding 1 or 2 each season.
I think as well. I read that Big Gabs is aiming to come back towards the sort of.
He's the game you're going to, Tone, isn't it? On the 27th, someone was saying.
Well, I've got to the Aston Villa game on the 30th, so that's gonna be a huge game as it stands.
It's got to be winnable, and as I say, Alfie commented in. He's now joined. I think, like he said, it can be a bit of it can be trouble, but I just think that this is not the same City team, and this is where we have to, Liverpool have lost 6 games, all right, boys. Chelsea are not going to be anywhere near the level, right? No teams, you haven't got, like, Man United ain't in form, Tottenham ain't in form, right? The only form team who are chasing us right now to be scared is Man City. Aston Villa at the moment are up there, but can they maintain it? I don't think their squad depth would allow that in the long run. I mean, they're having a good run. Fair play to them.
Like won their last 9 or something.
Yeah,
they've been on a good run. But I know what you're saying. Once Europe hits properly.
Yeah, they're done well. But have they got that team? Man City are without a doubt the team that are going to be chasing us down. Again, I think they will be flappable because they haven't got a Kevin De Bruyne. Rodri is struggling to be fully fit for a set amount of time, and he was one of their best midfielders. And I don't think he's going to get back at the moment because he seems to be having a bit of after effects of that knee.
Yeah.
So we have to. It's up to us, boys. And this is what and Alf said in quite a few streams ago when we were talking about Arteta as well. And this is where he has to earn his bread and butter. He has to earn his stripes. We can't get over the line, boys. And as he also, as well as the commenters have said, you can't stick to a 13 and 14 man squad. You've got to trust what you've got on that, is on your bench as well as that. If it means that Saka's out, and like David said, and like you've said, take that hit.
No one's
And go, Saka, I'm taking you out of the firing line today. Noni's going to start. Like, and as we've said, Alf, as well, and I know, like we were saying with Martinelli, we were saying he's more of a Champions League player. And I think like a Trossard's been in form. I think Eze should start ahead of him on the left-hand side. Martinelli is a Champions League.
I think
and he's a finisher in the
Champions
Premier
League
League.
suits Arsenal style per se anyway. All of our players.
And we struggle in the Premier League, though.
And they come out to us, so they let us hit them type of thing.
They let us hit them 100%. The Premier League is one of the toughest leagues in the world, you know.
Yeah, it's not a bad one.
Skelly,
he's playing Skelly midfield.
Oh, hang on, we've got two. Hang on, how many we got there? We've got two.
He's no Zubimendi.
Oh,
he ain't playing Zubimendi.
Hang on,
He's
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Have we got there? Timber? Yeah, so Timber set Saliba. All right, yeah, I'll get you.
Oh no, sorry, Timber's playing centre.
I'll get you. Sorry,
mate. Yeah,
thank you, mate. Calafiori. I like Calafiori as a left centre back. Enough, you know.
Yeah, I like the idea of that as well.
I like the idea of that. I see that could be a very good shout, mate. Yeah,
good shout.
Yeah.
Right, gents, we've been on for over an hour. Last question of the evening: which summer sign has made the difference for you?
Yeah. I tell you, go on, Dave. You go with it. We'll pass it to Alf, and I'll go across as well. We'll have a different opinion. But go on, Dave. Who would you say, mate?
Who's been the best for us?
Yeah. Get involved in the chat, guys. Zubimendi,
100%. I agree, yeah. Go on, what do you say, Alf? As an outsider, I know we're rivals and you're a rival supporter, but we're also blood. You can say what you feel. But if you was on an outsider looking in, who would you say, boy, that's kind of impressed you?
Zubimendi as well.
Yeah,
I'd say slash Mascara, because Mascara shit as well. But I would say because Zubimendi's fitted straight into the team, so
would Nkapie get involved in that conversation though?
Yeah, but he's dropped a couple of bollocks, isn't he? So he's gone down.
He has his moment for me. He's one of them. He just reminds, as I've said, and I will reiterate. I think he's going to be a phenomenal player.
Yeah,
I just think he reminds me of early days Gabriel. Yeah. You could see something in him, but he's got that kind of, he's not, he gets too touch tight, or he's not, on the right side. I would say for consistently, Tone, to answer that question, like Alf and Dave have said, for me, Zubimendi, because he's fitted in like a, you wouldn't even, he's just boom, you wouldn't know. He's had a few moments where,
he's given the ball away a couple of times, but come on. We can let him do that. Do you know what I mean?
We can let him do it. He's been the most impressive, but the two players that I've really, I say Nkapie's up there, but I was very impressed with how Mascara just came in, he was looking as good as Saliba at one point. He was, and I've loved the Noni.
What did he pay for him? £12 million or something? Come on, he's got to be one of the best signings of the season. He's got to be the value for money.
Good job there. Give him some credit.
Noni as well. If he didn't have that 2-month setback, I think we'd be flying right now. Look, let's not rule Eze out. I think Eze is just it's consistency, and I think and another thing before we get to this question, before we go, guys. Eze naturally
consistency. You're right. You're right. Mate.
Eze naturally picks up form in the season. He has his dips and he hits form the back end of it. If Gyökeres does the same, I'm not worried about Gyökeres scoring right now. I'm worried about him scoring at crunch time.
Let's get Eze and Gyökeres. A big game player. He's a big game player.
Yeah.
FA Cup semi-finals and final. We are normally come up playing you in a goal.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, that's like with Eze say, like with. I mean, but he's very close in that. I think you'll see, and I mean, Alf, this is not a dig because you're on the thing, boy. It's how we said what we were saying was how he played against you guys. He's more than capable to do that, and it's not just because it's against Spurs. if he's platformed correctly. But I wanted to quickly before we go. My point being, boys, I'm not fussed about Gyökeres or Eza not hitting top form right now. Hit it at crunch time for me, and then we'll go from there.
Cool. Before we jump off, Alf, talk to us about Tottenham. How you feeling about
Yes, a good point. How you feeling about this so far, mate? And are you another thing, Tone? Another question as well. How are you thinking about Tottenham, and what do you think about Thomas Frank, Alf?
After North London derby, obviously it's definitely not one that it was just consistent Arsenal flying through. There was nothing shown in that game, and following on from that, I thought, okay, we have to pick up form here, and he's got to learn from his mistakes. We're doing decent in Champions League. We're not doing too bad. Premier League, I mean, I watched. We played Sunday, Forest away. Generally, that performance was worse than the Arsenal one. I promise you.
I mean, I didn't watch it, Alf, but was that you genuinely thought that? Yeah,
it was bad. The way
Tottenham never got near them.
Straight from the start, we had Forest straight on our backs, and like I said when I was on for the Arsenal one, whatever team starts the quickest in 5 minutes is going to be on the front foot all game. It don't matter what team it is, they're going to be on the front foot, and it just felt like that we wanted the pressure on ourselves against Forest. We wanted to be attacked on. I don't know why, but I mean, even Kudus was not on his game. Everyone was just off. So yeah, it was quite bad. And then straight after that game, everyone started slacking him, as Thomas Frank in the media and stuff, which. He so far we are at the same point. So when we had Ange, we was in a higher position than Ange. I know it's only by one position and 1 point, but everyone at the start of the season was like, "Oh, Thomas Frank's gonna do us bits." When we went and got a clean sheet away to City, we had started really well in the league and in the cups. Now, just because we've dipped in form, there's no way that you can go and slack the manager just because we've had a bad run of games. I mean, look at Arteta in lockdown. You had Mustafi, you had all them players.
You got to take the hurt. You got to take the hurt.
You can't Arsenal stuck. Do you know what I mean? Arsenal stuck with Arteta.
Yeah.
Now look where you are. You're 3 years consistent. You've been up there fighting for the title. You cannot, just because there's a block in your season where you're playing terrible, you can't then go off at the manager and say, okay, he's not doing it. He
needs free transfer windows to bring his own players in.
He does. Onto that as well, Dave, and we've had one of the
comment.
I'm going to pass this on to you, Al.
They know Tottenham as well.
As I say, I mean, again, we do really appreciate it. It's been phenomenal tonight, and we let's keep this up, sort of thing, guys.
And he's a player
please come back and exactly, mate. And this is what he said, Alf.
I like
Tottenham need Solanke and Kulusevski back. Hear me out. Papasar needs to play more with Polinia, and they should buy in Dye.
More legs.
It's all about getting them players back as well, Alf. And when you struggle, listen, this is sort of Bentancur, but honestly, you've got to look at it like this kind of show.
Fire in Imber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. To be fair, if City are allowed to have get Semenyo, mate, in that shot.
Picture this:
Doku, it's scary.
Semenyo interchanging wings. That's scary for me.
Yeah, I don't want to think about that. I really don't want to think about that, mate. I hope we're going to go for it.
If they buy Semenyo, they are buying him to upgrade Doku, because I don't think Doku's very good.
Doku, I would say to upgrade, definitely.
He's a bit hit and miss for me, Doku.
I mean, Foden as well will want to get in there, wouldn't he? Bernardo.
He reminds me, Joe Doku. He reminds me of Obafemi Martins. Bags of pace, all the pace in the world.
All the pace in the world, but that end product.
In his locker, though. He could hit the ball quite hard over Femi Martins. I remember him scoring some bangers from outside the box. I ain't seen, like, Doku's favourite thing is cut, chop, drop the shoulder, cut inside, shoot. That's basically his thing, Femi Martins had a little, like, he had a bit of a banger of a left foot, he did. He had some power in his boots, he did, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, been on stream for over an hour, guys. Been
It's gone
great
quick,
stream.
mate. It's been a good one, isn't it?
Thank you for all the comments. It's been absolutely brilliant. Really
Yeah.
refreshing
There
as
weren't a
well on
game.
our side. Really good football knowledge, guys. Join the next stream. We're going to be doing a preview of the Everton game on Saturday evening. So they'll be doing that on Friday. So please jump on and throw your comments in.
Please jump on and leave your comment. It's been phenomenal. And Al, thanks for joining in. Yeah, we've as I say, Tony is host. He passes the questions on. But again, well done, Tony. I know we do like to get our point across, but when you got other people joining the stream and having good questions for it, you know, we appreciate it, guys. We really do.
No, Savino, no. 70 million you was going to play for Savino from
No.
Savino, I mean, listen, I know, but Savino is way too much money, in my opinion, matey.
Cheers, Snapshot. Appreciate it, mate. Jump in the next one, mate. Happy to.
Brilliant, mate. Honestly, matey, we do fully appreciate it, and the interactions we get as well to talk to people, and you know, this is what it's about. I mean, me and Tony, we've been talking Arsenal for ages. We can waffle on our chat, so we decided to make this YouTube channel. We appreciate it coming on. You know, Dave comes on now and joins and collaborates. You know, I've got my own nephew Alf coming on. He's a Tottenham fan, and he holds his own with three Gooners, and you know, it's what it's all about, boys. So no, we appreciate that, Snapshot. Please come back again, my friend. Please leave comments, everybody. Me and Tony really appreciate it.
Cool. On that note, guys, smash a like on this video. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.
Good evening, guys. Thank you. Take care.
Take care, guys.